Hey y'all!
Hi.
Welcome to another week of Knitting in
Knitting
Our
Our
Jeans. I'm Liz, Toolizzforyou on Instagram and Ravelry, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm Carolyn, and that's cpredmor at Ravelry and Instagram and Twitter, and I pay no attention to Twitter whatsoever.
Same.
Yeah, and we're here, and yes, my hair is
Doing its
incredibly
thing.
curly. We went to a Christmas party last night, and it was a traditional Christmas party. It was lovely food. Everybody had brought something. And then the people we were visiting have a grand piano, and she studied music when she was in college, even though she works in the financial district now. And she was playing the piano, and then some of the kids brought some of their instruments, so some of the guests and children brought some of their instruments, and they played. We had a lovely rendition of Silent Night on the viola, so that was good. And I understand he's going to be part of the special Miracle of Christmas Orchestra, so that'll be nice. We'll miss that this year. We're going to be down in Alexandria. But it was a great party. We sang, I think we sang for about an hour and a half.
Probably. Usually that's what happens.
Such a good time.
I did not go to that. I instead went to my cousin's holiday party, which was just as much fun. Not as traditional, but just as much fun. Unfortunately, I was not super careful about the type of chips that she was serving, so I think I got myself sick, which is no good.
We have someone who's watching us. It's my husband. He's wondering what's going on.
We're recording a podcast.
We may catch him at some point in time. You just never know.
We also try to do this usually when he's out of the house, so I think this is the first time he's experiencing us recording a podcast.
Yes, that's exactly true. He had talked about going to the boat, but then decided it was too cold and it's going to snow. And in fact, he showed me on his iPad how the snow is coming, and he decided he didn't need to go to the boat, which is probably just as well. It snowed last night. We had snow as we drove into the party, so I think
we did not have snow in Queens.
Well, we had snow from here to Port Washington, and in fact, there was snow on the grass this morning that had frozen. So,
nice.
Really quite a traditional part. And then our rector emeritus, Father Kurt, was there with his wife, and they were asking about you.
Oh.
And how are you doing, and what company were you working for, and the fact that you're working downtown on this huge historical building. Yes. They were just felling over the whole thing. Just, oh, goodness, and telling me about their history of buildings and real estate and things like that.
Because she was in real estate and he was a civil engineer.
Yes, before he went into the seminary and into the ministry. So he was very interested in that. And then we heard about who's gotten into colleges. Jack.
I know, she said on Sunday.
Yes, he's gotten into one college, and now he's applied to several others. So
but he's in somewhere, which is good.
He is. It's fantastic. So it was a wonderful party, absolutely. And as you see, I'm knitting down here. And what I'm knitting on...
What are you knitting on, Mom?
I am knitting a Christmas present that is almost done. This is something that I think I've talked about before. And you can tell you're at my house because we have more light. Well, yours is a little dark. We're going to have to try a different setting.
I might have to.
So anyway, this is a gradient scarf. And what I've done...
It's a color block gradient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is I made the end... And it actually knits sideways. And it's actually called a Castle Spa cloth. So I guess I'm supposed to make these and go to a spa. But I thought of it immediately as the end to a scarf. So then I got down to here. And then I went along the bottom and picked up the stitches. And then I started knitting this way. And then as you can see, there's a gray. And then I'm working on a lighter gray for which... I've already made the end, so this is what we're going to be doing. And the Bakery Bears have a knit-along for making Christmas goodies, and as soon as I put this together, which should be tonight, I'm going to enter this as my first thing in a made Christmas gift. And then I will go back and start on my dad's present, for which I have I showed them the square?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make a second square, and I have cast it on. I haven't done any more than that because I'm supposed to be writing a class. You know, I'm supposed to be creating a class, and that's what all the mess is over there. Those things, and kind of the mess over here is.
You all can't see it, but she's explaining it to me, and I understand it now.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not your worst. It's nothing like when you were going for tenure or full.
No. So, and we'll show you in a while that I actually am going to get a study finally. So we've had the painter, and I did the color before I had him do it. So he's really done, I think, a nice color. It's kind of like a peachy pink. Bless you. Salmon. And my desk that I ordered last week is supposed to be coming, it will reach Kennedy Airport by Tuesday. And they're supposed to call us and find out when they can deliver it. So either Wednesday or Thursday, the desk will be here.
Good.
And I wanted a piece of whimsy in my office. And my husband says it's whimsical like crazy. He used other words, but, you know, yes, it's full of whimsy. And then last night he wanted to know, what are we going to do about the lights? You think hi-hats? And I said, no, I don't think hi-hats. I think something like the light fixture that we have in the kitchen, which kind of looks like a space station.
It's a little spacey.
Yeah. So, because for hi-hats, I'd have to be in a house where I really thought I wanted to stay, and it ain't this place. So no to the hi-hats, yes to a different fixture. So we're waiting for the desk to come to be able to order bookshelves. And then we also have to look down in the basement to see maybe this bed that we had up there could go in the basement. So that's a possibility. Maybe we'll check on that later this afternoon. That was a weird thing.
That was a weird thing.
I wonder if we're having a power failure. Anyway, we'll see. So all this stuff is going upstairs. I do intend this evening to finish this and to get back to working on my dad's present, because that's the next one. And then third after that will be my mom's, and then last will be Ben's.
That's
he's going to be here for New Year's.
He'll be here for New Year's.
The other thing I did, you know.
We were watching podcasts about a month ago, and it was right around Veterans Day or Remembrance Day.
Yes.
And we saw the pattern that sockmatician Nathan
Taylor
had designed for Remembrance Day,
which
and it's
is
gorgeous.
A double knit cowl with poppies, red poppies in it. And the only thing double knit I have ever made is a heart-shaped coaster that's about 2 inches by 2 inches. It's about this big. So, of course, the other thing I'm doing is I'm doing a 2-color long-tail cast-on in order to do the double-knitted cowl. And I've been Ravelry messaging Nathan, saying that, you know, the podcast that he had was really getting me started to make that remembrance cowl. I bought the pattern a year ago, and now I was waiting for the yarn to come, so my Miss Babs yarn came. This is Yet. The black is Yet, and I actually have these things in here. Oh, I even have the picture. This is a Mina Makes bag. In fact, it's one of her last Mina Makes bags that came out of Bahrain. By the time I remembered she was having the sale, it was one of the few that was left, but I think it's very jaunty. So
it'll be great for bringing on the boat this summer.
I think so. So yes. Oh, no, it's not Yet. It's Yummy. So this is Yummy 2-ply, and it is, I think it's Justice. Yes, it is This is Justice by Miss Babs. And then the red is a leftover from my Haida Foodie that I made. It's Rustic Fingering by Neighborhood, and it's called Woodley Park. And I just love bright red.
It's coming out much more pink on screen. It's definitely a
scarlet red. It's a definite red. And then the Remembrance cowl, I don't think you're going to be able to see very well because it is black and white photo. Oh, not bad. So obviously the poppies on one side will be red and on the inside will be black. And I think it's going to be really good. So this may take me a year to make, but that's okay because it'll be something that I've never done before, but I'll be trying. And I think that I like trying things like that.
It's growth. It shows growth.
It shows growth, and it's very portable. It fits in this bag nicely. I'm using, I guess they're Knit Pros. Anyway, they're size 2 wooden needles. I find the wooden needles hurt my hands less, or I hurt my hands less. I understand that it's how I grip those needles. I have a control problem, slightly, in almost everything that I do. And obviously...
People... I'm going to tangent for a second. This is why I don't understand, like, people don't understand that even if she and I are driving my car, she usually drives.
Because you asked me.
Well, also because you much prefer driving to being the passenger.
I love driving.
So, it's always, and also because if I am driving and it's somewhere we haven't gone previously, she's always critiquing which direction I've decided to take, or like whose directions I'm going by. So it's so much easier if she just drives.
And you get tired too. We'll go someplace and say, "Do you ready? Are you ready to drive?" Just, no, I'm really tired. No, will you drive? So
my knee always hurts.
Well, so then I end up driving because
I know
you're tired.
I drove last week though.
Well, because I said, why don't you drive first and I'll drive home.
And then I drove when we did the whirlwind trip to up here at Labor Day. I drove half of that trip.
Well, half of it, yes.
Because we were not letting Daddy drive because I was car sick just because of the storm. There was a hurricane that came in, was supposed to come in over Labor Day, and we were down in Jersey, and all of a sudden
driving home.
Get everyone in the car, and we're coming home because we have to get the boat ready.
Yes.
And if the storm hits, we're just going to batten down at home.
Right,
and
right, you're right.
We
made it in no time. I mean, it was really, well, it was kind of crowded coming up because everybody was leaving the Jersey Shore. And we got to the boat club and we stripped the boat of sail and we battened it down. And then we looked at the weather and the weather didn't look bad. So
I then said, we're going back.
Yep.
And, but we weren't letting Daddy drive because Daddy is a good driver, but I get car sick when Daddy drives a lot of the time.
He tends to speed up and then stop, and then speed up and then stop. And for some people, that makes them sick. So.
And I was already sick due to the storm, so it was, Mommy, you're going to drive till you don't want to drive anymore, and then I will drive.
Yeah,
and then we reversed it on the way back.
Yeah. And we made it back really quick because there was no one going back to New Jersey. And, of course, the hurricane did nothing that weekend. But, you know, we've been through Sandy. We've been through a number of them. And it can be pretty grim. I'm wearing something that I made. It is called the Corset.
I believe it's the Corset Pullover that you made
several years ago. It does have unfortunate little things that I'm going to be taking off probably this weekend. My husband just looked at it today. Now, I've had it for, I think, 2 years. Two years. And he looks at those little things and he says, you know, I think those are unfortunate. And I went, all right, we'll have to take them off. You've only noticed now. I made some alterations. I have to say that when people make comments on Ravelry, I pay attention. So someone who had made this before had said the corset had an unfortunate tendency to slip off her shoulders. I teach college. I have basketball players in my class. And while I don't think that I'm their prize ideal of what womanhood should be, I don't need them watching as my clothes fall off in front of the class. That would be truly unfortunate.
Yes, it's the Corset Pullover by Robin Melanson. And you made it out of Verdant Griffin Codex in Treebeard.
Yes, so which is lovely gray.
I wore my Treebeard shawl to the party last night. The big
I love it.
Yeah.
And Verdant Griffin had gotten in touch with me and said, you know, I have the pattern, I have the yarn. Does anybody want to do a knit along with me? And I said, I have the pattern and I have your yarn, so I can certainly do that. So she and I one summer made this corset. She was making it exactly to the pattern. I brought up the front a good 3 inches because it's supposed to stop right about here. It's supposed to be quite a really nice medieval corset. But as I said, I didn't need someone who's 6'6" looking down at, 60-year-old girls. So we're not doing that. So I brought it up, and then someone else wrote that the back also had a problem. So I brought the back up about 2 inches, and that seemed to work.
You love it. You wear it all the
time.
time.
I wear it all the time. And there had been a band across here that I thought looked a little fruity, so I took that off. And we'll be taking these buckles, just the buckle part. The rest of it can stay. The buckles will come off.
I can't believe, you've had this for 2 years, and you just noticed this. Okay.
2 years.
I guess it's because you wore it to church?
I guess.
I don't know.
2 years.
Oh, well.
He did notice the curls, I guess, because it's kind of in your face. And last night it was really funny because we had...
No. Funny story about the curls. We went to choir rehearsal on Thursday.
Yes.
And we walk in, and I have seen my mother's car in the parking lot. My mother and I have texted during the day being like, we're going to go to rehearsal. And I walk in, and I look around, and my mother's not there. I go, I put my stuff down. I'm like, fine. I'll go downstairs. I'll get my stuff. And then I look, and there's this woman.
With these curls.
With the curly hair and my mother's shawl on. And I was like, that's my mother. I didn't recognize my own mother. This is not good. I was kind of ashamed of myself.
This is the hair that my mother used to force on me as I was a kid, when she would put a permanent in my hair, and then my hair would end up doing this. Only not quite as pretty. My hair in a permanent was really frizzy. I actually got some more of the Diva stuff, and so I washed my hair this week with the Diva shampoo and the conditioner, and then they have a styling stuff, and it keeps the frizz down while letting it curl like crazy. Well, letting it curl. I mean, the curl is whatever the curl is. So, the choir is just nonplussed. One of the guys in the choir goes, I really like it. Wow, if my hair would only do that instead of falling out, that would be so good. Yeah. And then at the party last night, I thought Sue was just going to, plots. Because she goes, your hair's doing that? I said, yeah. She goes, how long? And I said, I think since last January it started doing this thing, and then it was in the spring that I thought it had been chemically burnt, but, either because we went to Tortola and it was so much humidity in Tortola that the hair just went, oh, I just love this, let me do my thing, or what, I'm not quite sure. I don't want to blame it on the car accident, because it also happened at roughly the same time, but somehow I don't think, maybe I hit my head on the car jam, I didn't hit it. Maybe hitting my head in the accident made this happen. Who knows? But people were just agog.
Well, yeah.
It's really amazing. So I got
a lot of people commented on my hair last night, too. I think it's also because this is super,
long? And
it's long, and this is super, honey colored now. Instead of just being...
red.
And it's, instead of it all being red. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But also because they haven't seen me since the summer, most of them.
In the wedding.
So that was the last time I really got a cut on the hair.
Mm-hmm. What are you working on?
So I'm finishing a row, and then I will show you.
Okay.
It's The Lefty by Martina Baim. It's out of a Miss Babs kit in Catherine and Gown Noir, I believe. I've got 18 teeth on it right now.
What's your goal?
My goal is first to see how much I can get out of this ball of yarn.
That's a good idea.
For the main color. And then I'm debating 31 because I'm going to give it to my cousin who turns 31 next week.
How nice.
Because she picked it a few years ago. I don't think she remembered it. I was thinking about reminding her about it yesterday and making sure she still liked it. But I know her color palette. This isn't really in her wheelhouse, but at the same time, I feel like it's a good thing sometimes to give people accessories. She picked it. Yeah, she picked it a few years ago. Oh. So, yeah. But I think she'll like it. All else fails, she'll be appreciative.
Yeah.
So I've got that.
That's the person's party that you were at last night.
Yes, which is why I was going to ask her about it.
And then you ate something unfortunate?
Yeah.
What is that?
What?
Oh, she's got a bunch of really lovely things in there.
I do. Sorry, I have my bag of goodies down here. Well, we haven't done our recent acquisitions yet, so I'm going to just...
No, I left mine, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, I'm going to get this shawl probably done a little bit further, and then I'm going to get working on the Gramps again. This is the Gramps by Tin
That's all
Can
you've
Knit.
done?
Yeah.
Oh. When she says she's lost her mojo, I didn't realize how
No,
much.
I lost my mojo on this. Like, no.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So I need to really power through this.
Mm-hmm.
It's due by New Year's. And
yes, because Grandpa's going to be here for New Year's.
Yeah. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe it'll be finished knit, not with the zipper installed.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
see.
that could be.
Just because I want to put it on him and see where to put the zipper almost, I think.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Also, because I could leave the collar off, too, and see how big I need to make the collar and stuff with it on him.
With his body. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's possible.
So this is out of Petworth by Neighborhood Fiber Co. It looks really brown on screen, and it kind of is.
I think it is.
In
what
person,
is it supposed to be?
There's lots of little bits of purple and blue in it too. It's definitely an overdye. It's a colorway that's been overdyed.
It's really nice.
It's got some bits of blue and purple. It's a very grandpa color, so that'll be good. Yeah, that I need to wind. I brought this over to wind. This is Pandorica on Squish by Nerd Girl Yarns. It looks
blue on the screen, but I think of it aqua.
Yeah, with some splashes of
blue. Show that.
It's like bluey black.
Did you get that at
Nerd
Fiber
Girl?
Space?
No, this is a Nerd Girl. This is actually our friend Michael created this colorway with Krista for a double knit pattern he created for her. And it's based on the Doctor Who Pandorica. And it's really pretty. I have this for a hat for a friend of mine. And then, I haven't really worked on this, but I kind of wanted to show it off. I like that bag. I do too. I got it in it's a box bag. I got in a swap. So I don't know who it's by. I'm pretty sure it's by an Etsy seller.
It's got French designs on it.
But this is my Norwegian knit hat that I was talking about before. I've gotten to the first row of the second set of flowers. Nice. I do need to keep chugging along on it, but I've been trying to focus on not selfish knitting. Even though
I really like that.
I do too. Speaking of bags, our friend Rachel had a Hamilton bag at Knit Night on Wednesday.
She did.
And she then posted the Etsy seller on Ravelry. So I contacted the Etsy seller because she didn't have any posted. She's making me a patchwork one. I should have it this week.
Ooh.
Because she didn't have enough fabric to make a whole bag. She's making it with some black fabric too. I'm really excited about that. I'll show you all that once that comes in. No, it's going to be really nice. It's really pretty.
That's all the gray I have left to do.
That's great.
I should be able to finish that today.
It's a different sort of Hamilton bag because it's all of the silhouettes that are along the Richard Rogers Theater.
Oh, is that what it is?
Instead of like the Hamilton Star or just the Star or just Hamilton. There's a few others that have those patterns.
It looks like a Grecian urn.
Right. That's what the walls of the Richard Rogers outside the Richard Rogers look like.
Well, we'll find out in May. We have tickets for May. I'm very excited about that.
It's super exciting. And then I wanted to talk to you about this, Mom, because I've been thinking about this as it's been,
nothing in that. All right.
As I've been staring at it, sitting at my couch. It's my old forge for my friends.
Yes. What's the problem?
I know we discussed that I was going to do the color work and then line it. I don't think I have the patience to do the color work. I think I should just get it back and then just finish the damn thing. Yeah. Because it's beautiful.
Do it in one color.
I'm going to do it in the darker color.
All right.
Or should I see because I don't know if I have enough.
I just said you should
this color.
Think about doing the first 8 rows.
the first set.
Yeah, what's that?
But the thing is because it's a patterned chevron, it would look weird. Just maybe do one pattern set, see if I can see how much yarn that takes, and then see if I have enough.
That's what I would do.
And then I'll do the border in the darkest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
That's a good plan. But I wanted to talk it out with you because...
Get it finished.
Yeah. That is definitely going to be sent after New Year's, unfortunately.
Oh, well.
But this is not an acquisition, but this is another thing I wanted to run by Mom because I'm really excited about it. I think this is Karen Simply Soft in lavender.
It's acrylic.
And yeah, it's acrylic and country blue. It's big box store yarn, but it's acrylic, so my best friend can wear it.
Yes.
I think these two in a color work cat.
Nice.
Because I had already made her a cowl in this purple, a darker purple and a gray.
Right.
And I think the blue would just be different.
I like it.
All right. That's what I think I'm going to do.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Should we move on to recent acquisitions?
Go ahead.
So, I helped someone who needed to just cut her stash down because she did not feel she could knit through all of her stash in an appropriate amount of time, which is so unfortunate. And so I decided out of the goodness of my heart to help.
Yes. I can't wait till I get my shelves because my stash is going upstairs in my study.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
And I already figured out one of the shelves. I want to have one set of shelves that's kind of the boxes. Mm-hmm. So I can put my needles and stuff in there so I can find my needles and none of this thing about going through the bags in the back behind the sofa over here about where are the needles and all of that. And I can't wait to see all my stash in one place.
I know.
I really cannot wait.
It's great.
And then we can podcast from there.
Yes. But
anyway,
I decided to help this lady out and
I can't imagine.
Bought because it was all Nerd Girl that she was destashing first. So there's a base called Yoink. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. So it's boyfriend friendly.
Yes.
So I bought her 2 skeins. This is Soft Kitty. It's based on Big Bang Theory. And this is I Walk a Different Path based on Captain Nemo from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Boyfriend really likes Soft Kitty, so he might be getting something in the next year. Oh, speaking of, he got the Owlet and loves it.
Yes.
Loves it, loves it, loves it. Thinks that it's his Christmas present. I don't understand. It was his finals present, but whatever. He keeps telling me I don't need to give him anything else for Christmas.
That.
Yes. So this is Untempered Schism on Swagger, which is 100% BFL. And it's beautiful. What are you
going to do with that?
I have no idea yet, but I've loved this colorway, and then I missed it
That's beautiful.
I know. It's beautiful.
You didn't tell me about the D-stash.
I did!
I don't remember.
Is
she done?
Yeah, I think she sold most of it.
Okay.
We can check it after. And then
I
got the scarf in Swagger, which is based on,
the scarf?
It's the scarf from Doctor Who.
Oh, I got it. Got it.
I actually was fortunate enough to get a skein on, so this is also on Swagger, but I have a skein on, I think it's Snap, from a recent update that Krista did, so I now can make an even larger something, because this is 100% BFL, and that is BFL and nylon. So they are close enough, and they're both fingering weight, that I think I can use them together. I think a shawl. I'm debating if I want to do a giant hitchhiker, because I think I would actually wear a giant hitchhiker like I wear my giant lefty. So I like large shawls, and it's not even. I don't think it's really. I like to wear mostly large shawls. I think I like to wear shawls that actually
keep you warm.
Do something. I do have a lot of littler shawls that I do
wear. My pashmina, I had that on earlier today.
Oh.
It went with what I had on. So yes, I was swanning around here with my pashmina.
And then I picked up her skein of BBE on Luscious. This is my first skein of BBE. Oh, BBE is Blue Box Exploding. It's still a colorway you can get by her, by Krista from Nerd Girl Yarns, and you can get it on Luscious, but I figured I would help fellow nerd girl out and get
yes.
it from her. I think this is going to become a pair of mitts.
That'll be nice.
Because it's a single ply merino.
Oh, wow.
It's 60% merino, 40% silk.
It's only 100 yards.
It is only 100 yards, so I think I can do a pair of mitts. Like
It
little.
says wind by hand. What does that mean?
It means don't use the ball winder.
Oh.
Because it's a single.
Oh. Okay, because I figure I'm winding by hand when I'm over there just scrunching away. There's no machine. It's me.
No.
Okay.
It's because
It'll stretch.
It'll stretch or it'll snap sometimes. Luscious is just like the linen.
Well, no. I'm thinking about Brooklyn tweed.
Oh,
that thing snaps if I looked at it twice. Now, once it's knit up, it's fine. But in its own single ply, you've got to be really careful with that. I've had it snap a couple times. Not extremely happy. So anyway, one of our friends has started dyeing wool for sale.
Yeah.
His name online is Aptinonets.
Mm-hmm. He's on Etsy. Michael
Dworgen. And what's the store name? Do you know?
Aptinonets.
Aptinonets. Aptenonits.
And he had his pop-up shop trunk show at our local knit shop, Knit, in Roslyn. And so on Wednesday...
The board was right where you walk in.
Yes.
And he walked in and saw that his Electus parrot was almost gone. And that's because...
We got there a little late. Or they must have gotten there after Mom got there.
Oh, yeah. I got there right at about 5. I got there at 5:30.
Wow.
And it's supposed to start at 6. But her knitting... So it looks to me a little like Vote.
A little,
from
yeah,
Dragonfly.
that's what I said. That's what I had said when we were
so I have
naming them.
I
You
have
have a
4
sweater
skeins.
quantity.
I have a sweater quantity. So
And
I
it's a gorgeous yarn. It's a lovely
I think I've got
ply.
like 1,900 yards here. Because it's 460 yards a skein. So 18.5, 1,900 yards.
Yeah.
I have a sweater.
It's super exciting.
Very
I
exciting.
also bought some yarn.
Because the Vote that I bought is in DK or Sport. So this is very different. So I'm very excited about that.
Yes, and I think I lost my mind because on Friday so I live about 5 minutes away from them. So
I was there on Friday.
Not this Friday, last Friday, when I was helping them wind and tag and name the yarn and the colorways. I had 3 skeins that just sat next to me on Friday and Saturday, and I kept on saying, I think these need to come home with me.
Oh, dear.
And so on Wednesday they did. I don't have them with me because I have already put them away, and I did some reorganization of my yarn closet this weekend, so I did not think to bring them since they're already away in the yarn closet. But I got Violet-backed Starling, which is a purpley red blue, and then I got... I think it's a hummingbird. I can't remember the name.
You put them up on Rav?
I did put them up on Rav.
I think that's a great thing about Ravelry is that you can put all your stash up on Rav and then you can in the notes tell yourself where it is. Because with a stash as large as mine, and you'll see once I get my shelves, and right now I have them in bags and I have them in plastic boxes and they're in a couple different locations around the house. It would be really easy for me to lose track of some of the stuff that I have. So I put in the Rav notes in my stash where I put it.
See, I don't do that, but I do have the name of it here. Which one is this one? This one is that one, which I already knew the name of. No, it's the last one. What? Oh, because I got 2 of them on the regular sock base and 1 of them on the Stellina base.
I didn't get Stellina because I figured that in a sweater, I really didn't want some sparkly and some not. Now, Michael had said what I could do is alternate every other row, but with my mind, probably not likely. I'd forget, and I'd have 2 sparkly rows and 1 not sparkly row. Yeah. So I didn't do that, but I might do that in the future.
Right. So I got Violet-backed Starling on sock, which is the purple, blue, red, and then I got black chinned hummingbird, which is more of a purple pink with some red, and then I got flamingo, which is a pretty pink. To make a kind of gradient shawl. I haven't decided exactly what pattern I'm going to do yet. I'm debating between the Neon Beast or the crud. I don't remember now because I have the pattern in with the yarn. It's a beautiful pattern. It's written for 4 colors, but you can do it in 3. And our local knit shop owner told me about it, and it's a really pretty pattern. I don't know.
She's got a shawl that is really sparkly and has open work in it, and I think I want to make it double wide.
Oh.
Yeah, so next time, I may have to go over there.
They are. We could after we could make a run out there.
Maybe next Sunday. Because by next Sunday, I'll have gotten at least one more Christmas present done. They're open on Sundays.
Yes, they are. So...
And I didn't bring my baby stuff with me this Wednesday. And by the way, speaking about Wednesday, choir practice this week is Wednesday.
I'm having dinner with Maria.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well...
But I'll be there for rehearsal
practice on Saturday is 4:30.
Right, I know. We're going to try and show up at around 3:30 so we can hear the soloists.
Okay,
also,
and then I was thinking that we should go to dinner at
late.
Port Diner, unless you have a better suggestion.
Sure. I mean, I don't see a...
Because we have rehearsal, and that'll end at 5:30, and then we have to be dressed and in our places in the chancellery? Up on stage, basically, but in the church. Ready to sing our little hearts out at 7:30. So we've got to be able to eat dinner and get out and get back.
Yeah.
And look like something, as my mother says, by 7:30. So that's a fast dinner, and the diner can do it. Bear Burger.
We could go to
Bear Burger. I love Bear Burger.
I know you do.
I love Bear Burger.
No. So I think that's what I'm going to do with my yarn that I bought from Michael. But it's all beautiful stuff.
It really is.
Check him out.
And somehow he's managed to get bases that are really long.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed to do that research, but he is
did.
a researcher by trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so very skilled and has found these colors that are that he can replicate. Anybody finds at Tidham Knits online on Etsy, I think you're going to be really happy working with his yarn.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's beautiful. But yeah, I think that's the end of my stuff. My back's kind of hurting me again.
My back is not hurting me, and I am trying to knit like the wind.
Oh, you're going to show off what you got in
my advent
calendar this week? Oh my goodness. There are so many little goodies.
So this is from before, and this is what's going around the buttonholes of my robe, which is still waiting for the ribbon. I said to myself, I have to finish at least one of these Christmas presents before I sew the ribbon on my robe. It is finished. It's really real, and it's over there blocking. No, we're not showing this house. This house looked like Who Did It and Ran.
Yeah.
And none of these.
This is so pretty,
isn't it?
It's like a rainbow.
Yes.
That's so pretty.
And then there's this, which looks kind of like this one, but a little icier. But they could be buddies.
They could be buddies.
How much is in these things?
16 grams.
There ought to be
15 grams. 63 meters.
So probably 70 yards.
Probably
140 yards out now. Those are 2 socks. Is that a pair of socks?
I don't know. How many yards do your socks usually take?
Well, no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay. So then there's this, and then it's got a buddy.
Oh, it does have a buddy.
I could do buddy socks.
You could.
Now this is, see, this for me is an unfortunate color. I'm not a really green person.
It shouts The Hobbit to me.
It does, doesn't it? Because it's also got brown in it.
Mm-hmm. It's like the soft kitty. It's not something I would have bought myself, but I knew it was a color. It was a it's
a great base.
It's a great base.
So I may keep this for toes, or I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this. We almost used it to hang Christmas ornaments at school, because we did use some of my, I think 220, to hang the ornaments, because we've got them crisscrossing a room. And go ahead.
This is so pretty. It's like black and blue and
purple and orange.
The color is coming out really good on screen right now.
I like this one too.
I do like that one. I thought I held that one up earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I like
the
it.
Rainbow.
The rainbow. Yes, you did. So anyway, I pulled up to 10.
Good.
Because that was yesterday. Today's 11, so I figured when I go into work on Tuesday, I can pull Sunday, Monday,
12,
and Tuesday.
13.
Right.
Wow.
And then I'm thinking, now I have to be back to school on the 21st, so I may not bring the box home until the 21st. So, in fact, I have both boxes there. I have last year's box, and then I have this year's box. And by that time, I should have my desks so that I can bring those things in and put them upstairs with the rest of the stuff, because we're going to make each other advent calendars next year. So that'll be fun.
With stuff that neither of us usually use, because it'll be from our own stashes or from things that we have.
Or from Vogue Knitting.
Right, but we'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll do yarn tasting.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see. But that should be fun. We're not going to see much of the fashion shows at Vogue Knitting.
No, we're not.
No,
they weren't super,
I can get excited about those fashion shows. I usually find something that this came in my Miss Babs.
Oh, wow.
This is a wild iris.
It looks like mayhem almost. But it's very pretty.
Very pretty. And I've been doing little tiny blanket squares out of these things. So that's really nice. And I seem to have lost. She also always sends a stitch marker, which I think has bitten the dust around here someplace.
We'll find it.
We'll find it. Boy, after I get these Christmas presents made, and once I get my shelves up, all of this chazarai is going upstairs, and we'll get it out of the living room, which will be really nice. Oh, thank you very much.
Before I walk off with them.
Before you walk off with them. Mm-hmm. And that is just, I have a needle here. I can start putting my ends in. Yeah, I do have a few ends.
Yep.
Not much more to go.
No.
So that's about it. You said we were going to show you my room.
But I think we're going to do that on Instagram, because we have an Instagram. The show has an Instagram. It's Knitting in Our Jeans.
Right.
All spelt out, no with no spaces, however. Sorry,
right. So you should be able to find it, because I find on Instagram, if I just start putting pieces of names in, that I can find them.
Yeah. So we have that. So I think we might post a little pre-walkthrough of what her craft room is going to look like.
Yes. Because right now it's got 2 twin beds in it, both of which are going someplace. Well, the one, I'm hoping that it'll fit in the basement. If it doesn't, it's a Murphy bed. Yeah, the Murphy bed desk. Well, once I get my desk, I won't need the desk.
Right.
And your father says he's going to clean off the bed in the other room so
that I actually can sleep there in my bed.
Well, it's my bed.
It was my bed for how many years until we moved into this house?
Well, yeah, but it's my bed. You can see there's a little diversity
into a full-size bed instead of the twin that I have been staying on since we moved into this house.
The bedrooms are smaller, and we're here until my husband retires. We owned 2 houses, and so when she was in college, there was one night where the phone rang, and I couldn't find him. Even though we'd had dinner together that night, the house was so large, and there wasn't another person to help scurry around the house to try to find him. And I said, obviously, this house is too big, and it needs to be inhabited by a family that's going to really take a great love for it. So we sold that house, and we moved back into the house where he grew up.
Which is attached to his dental office.
Right, so it's very convenient, and there he comes down the stairs. Anyway, at this point, we'll stop the podcast here, and then we'll go and film in my study to show you what we're talking about. And that'll be it for this week. And then hopefully next week we'll have my whimsical desk.
Yes.
I really can't wait. So anyway,
well, yeah,
thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see how next week goes.
Yes. Why?
Because Ben's in town, so maybe we record at my place.
Or maybe he want to see my desk.
Or
You just
maybe he
offered to
wants
come
to
over
see
and
my
put
desk.
together.
I did,
my
because
desk.
you had asked if I wanted to come in and put
We'll have to see what
together.
the directions have to say
Okay.
about this. I mean, we may be putting my desk together.
We might be putting your desk together.
That's
on
right.
Sunday.
And we might be also going over to knit.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
Yes.
we have lots
have
of plans. That happens to us a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming by. We really appreciate anybody who's following us at all, and anybody new. Thank goodness. It's so much fun to make new friends. In fact, often around the dinner table we say, what's the funniest thing that happened to you today? And then secondly, what new friends have you made? Because I think that making new friends is really very special. Right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So anyway, we'll see you till next week.
Yes.
Have fun knitting.
Have fun knitting.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.